HVAC is one of the industries everybody needs it. I looked more into that and found a love for it. Once I came up here, I found the ability to grow and got put in the lead role and was able to help people.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we did an Off the Clock podcast. It's been crazy here at 5-Star with the holidays, but we are in a new year, 2026, and we are kicking off season 2 of Off the Clock podcast. And I can't think of a better guest than who we have today in the hot seat, Josh Anderson, Service Manager of the Columbus market. I just said this to Josh when he sat down. I was like, you got to be one of the busiest guys in this building. How was your day so far?
Pretty good. We've definitely been running and getting stuff lined up. Had a few meetings today, but
so Josh is like walking into the marketing studio and we're about to record. He's like, I'm getting blown up right now. And I just see like notifications all over his phone. So if you're trying to get a hold of him right now, I apologize. Just need him for like 15 minutes to film this episode. But Josh, one thing that I was really excited to have you come on and be a guest is because I remember meeting you about 2 years ago. It was my first time actually having a conversation with you, and we were filming that Christmas holiday content out in the warehouse. And I just thought you were a cool guy. Like, you talked about your passions for just hunting and fishing, and and the way you like articulated and communicated it, it was I could tell it was something that was deep to you in your heart. So what is like one awesome, like, this is gonna sound weird, but like what awesome like kill or that you have gotten, like some like prize game or something that you were, trying to get and you finally achieved that?
Yeah. Actually, it's a pretty easy one for me. I was obviously a deer hunter. I bow hunt a lot, and it's really one of my passions. So I've tracked and followed a deer around for like 2-3 years on camera, and I could see different characteristics of them, and then I lost them for one whole year. I ended up getting him on camera the following year, lost him again, and then as the winter months were rolling in, he was bedded down near the property I was hunting, and it was a day that I didn't even think about going hunting. It was super windy, and it wasn't a very good day to be a bow hunter, but we got it done, and it was a really cool spot and stalk type of scenario to where I was creeping up on him and got him within range and was able to make it happen. And it was actually one of the deer that was on my grandparents' property for a long time. So
wow. How big is this property that you normally hunt on?
So I hunt a 5-6 acre field.
Okay.
There's a little bit more there, but it's mainly just field property that they come in, and there's a little wood line, things like that. But I do a lot of public land as well, so I like the adventure.
Yeah. When you say camera, like, you're actually filming and documenting this content, right?
Yeah, I have a GoPro. I try to film everything because the big thing is you want an ethical shot, and you want good placement. You don't want the animal to suffer. So
sure,
you want to be able to me personally, I want to be able to see where the shot went and where it hit to determine how long I need to wait before going and try to track the animal. That way they can be in as less pain as possible.
Yeah.
So it also gives you some feedback for practice.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is, in a sense, it is a sport, and there is a competitive nature to it, and a skill and a challenge, and it's a puzzle because you have to, like you said, track the animal and then figure it out. And sometimes it takes multiple sessions. So being able to kind of play back that footage and reference, it's like any basketball player, football player.
Yep. Got to review the film.
Absolutely. I've gone hunting once in my life. We went coyote hunting with some of my friends, and I think I'm just too loud. I think I talk too much, and I'm not really graceful and quiet. So
yeah, coyote is a hard one to hunt if you're not quiet and still. They are very keen animals. They
absolutely, yeah.
Really good eyesight, really good smell.
Yeah, we didn't even see a coyote. We were it was cold. We were out there for hours and hours, and it was more of us just, plain army man, just running around with like gear and stuff, setting up and not doing anything. So, but it was a blast, and it was really peaceful to just kind of be out there. And yeah. So, Josh, we are here to talk about, your just kind of journey in the HVAC world and just how you even ended up here at 5-Star. So what got you into pursuing a career in HVAC to begin with? And where did kind of your beginnings lead you to your ambitions to become in leadership?
So with high school, we had vocational school offered to us, where I went to school at Carroll, and the vocational school I visited diesel mechanics, HVAC, and building trades, because I like just work with my hands, hands-on learner and everything. So I went to visit those trades. My cousin, husband, he was a diesel mechanic at the time. I think still is doing diesel mechanics, but kind of talked with him a little bit, and then had some other people tell me, it's like, hey, HVAC is one of the industries that's everybody needs it. So I looked more into that and found a love for it. So at the Career Center, once I got out of the Career Center, I went to work for a good company. They trained me up. I was trained by a lot of really good people, and then kind of just wanted more in the industry, and wanted some more room to grow, and felt like once I came up here, I found the ability to grow, and got put in the lead role, and was able to help people train up and kind of grow the way they wanted to, get them the right tools, get them the right training, skill sets that they need. And then I got offered the management position, and here we are.
Yeah, Josh, you're a very good example of the upward mobility here at 5-Star. And I know Christian has mentioned in past podcasts that, look, communicate, closed mouths don't get fed. If being in leadership is something you want to be in, we will work with you on a pathway to do so. And you're a perfect example of that, because I feel like you going into a management role happened very quickly, because you communicated, you put the plan together, you worked your butt off. And I think that's, evident to everyone who even, interacts with you and sees you day to day. And you made it happen, and you took on the role as a leader even before being in that role with your colleagues and people around you too. So, and so when I think about, the opportunities for mobility for even, field staff, for non-field staff, you always pop in my mind. So, thanks for sharing that, Josh. So just looking back in your life, who has been a hero or a significant role model, whether that be in your career or personally as well? Like, where do you get this drive and ambition from?
Well, I mean, I've always had a really good work ethic, instilled in from a young age. So like, even with growing up doing things around the house with my grandpa, and working at my dad's greenhouse back in the day at a really young age in customer service. So I've always kind of had that background and drive.
Your dad had a greenhouse?
Yeah. What
did he grow?
We owned Sunburst Gardens greenhouse down in Carroll for a long time. So we had a bunch of different plants.
Okay.
So, yep. But role model wise, I was a big baseball player for a long time. Anybody that knows me, I'm a huge Reds fan. And I was a center fielder for most of my baseball career. And King Griffey Jr. is probably one of my role models that I modeled a lot of things off of, swing wise, and the way I played baseball. And that kind of helped me a little bit in the leadership role as well, because I was always kind of leading the outfield and helping out coaches and things like that.
Cool. I did not know that you played baseball. So was that like a sport that you kind of picked up early on in your life? Or is that, I know typically, especially with baseball, it's normally like a family sport where it's just, your dad's really into baseball, your parents, your grandpa and stuff. So where did that kind of love come from?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. My dad and mom put me in baseball at a real young age, and I guess I didn't like it at first, but the second year I did it, I just kind of fell in love with it, got good at it, and that's just I always loved to watch the game, and then once I started playing it, I just started finding a knack for it, I guess.
Ken Griffey like embodies to me like 90s and early 2000s like baseball culture too. I mean, I don't know much about baseball, but I did, watch it growing up. And obviously, like me being a gamer and being into Nintendo, he signed a publishing deal with Nintendo. So his licensing was used for all of their sports games from like N64 and like the GameCube and Super Nintendo era.
Yeah.
So like every baseball game was a Ken Griffey Jr. Game. But he just seemed like always a good guy, not in many scandals. Wasn't in like the steroid era of like everyone, using and, hitting crazy homers and stuff. And just had a real natural gift and talent.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of autograph stuff by him. I've never met him. It'd be cool to meet him someday, but I've got a lot of officially autographed stuff from Ken Griffey Jr., so I keep that on the trophy case at the house.
Weird question, because I know he did play for the Reds for a long time. Does he live in Ohio still?
I don't know. Last I was aware of, he was coaching or doing something with like a minor league team.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure.
That would be really cool to do like a brand affiliation, like endorsement deal with Ken Griffey Jr. and 5-Star and just do a series of content.
Yeah.
Josh, you'll be on set for every single one. You'll be the tech in the videos. We'll make your dream come true. So Josh, I think it's normal in life to face challenges, and in most cases, those challenges really kind of help shape who we are and allow us to kind of learn from mistakes to be better. What are some hardships or just a tough season you've walked through that has shaped your career?
For me, hardships. I don't really feel that I've had too many of them personally. I don't really look at it as a hardship, more of just ability to like grow and learn from something that's gone wrong. Like with my baseball career, I had something going on with my arm, so I couldn't really throw the ball very well anymore. So that was kind of a hard journey. I had the want to play professionally. Obviously, that didn't work out once my shoulder didn't want to work anymore.
Yeah. Especially as a center fielder.
That opened the door for the industry coming into HVAC and getting where I am now. So it's kind of just an area where we can grow and find the next chapter.
Yeah.
So, but that's really, really about it for me, the hardship.
Yeah, I think it's amazing how like doors close and others open. And it's almost immediate at times too. So yeah, though, you took your passion and heart for something, you just applied it to something else too. So you were very adaptable when it comes to that. And it's obviously it's paid off.
That's one of our core values.
And that is also one of our core values. And it's an important one too. Actually, adaptability is like the 6th core value, I think. I don't know necessarily it's in the 5, but we use it so much it might as well be. Because
might as well.
Yeah. On the marketing team, we're adapting constantly.
I feel like it's up there.
Yeah. I think in 2026 we may argue to throw it on there. So Josh, if I remember correctly, one of the movie nights we met your family. How many kids do you have? 2. Just kind of looking at your family, what's a hope or dream you have for them and yourself as well?
Obviously, I mean, they take more trips, see the world. We want to travel around the United States, see other states, and me being an outdoors person, we like to go to different lakes and different areas of the country or the U.S. to see different things. I'd love to take the kids to like the Grand Canyon area and get to see some of that stuff. Have a dream to go to Alaska at some point in time and maybe do a moose hunt.
He said Alaska. You just like spoke to my heart. I have a friend that is absolutely in love with Alaska, and he was actually going to move there a month or so ago, and it didn't happen, but it's still a dream of his.
Yeah, I like that the big game stuff.
Okay.
So hopefully my son just got a bow a couple years ago. He's learned how to shoot it, so he seems to want to get out in the woods with me too. So hopefully that'll happen this next year or so.
What does training your son look like when it comes to like shooting a bow? Like, is that something you guys do in your backyard or?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a side yard. It's a lot of right now. It's a lot of making sure the proper techniques are being done when drawing the bow, because that's the main place where you can get injured. You do that right, and once you get the right anchor points and you learn to hit those at every time, it starts to become a lot easier to see your sights and make the ethical shot. So it's just a lot of finding those anchor points and keeping consistency.
It's pretty incredible to watch. One of my favorite Olympic sports, or it became one of my favorites, is the archery and the marksmanship. Part of the Olympics, and it's just really cool to see how fast they draw those bows and just shoot. I mean, it's so fast you can't even like follow it with your eye, and how precise they are. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So, Josh, just we are talking to the company right now, and also your team. And as someone in leadership, what's just a piece of advice or inspiration that you can give to everybody watching, and specifically connecting that to one of the core values we just talked about?
A big one for me was just asking questions and being curious about things. You'd be surprised what other people might be able to help you with in the industry. And to tie it back to our core values, ask questions, adapt, be relentless. When speaking with customers, when in the homes, even just in the field on a service call, there's a lot of guys out there that are knowledgeable about what you might have going on, and they're willing to help. So just being relentless in that aspect.
I really resonate to the tip you just gave about, asking questions, because I just think, we always want to like position ourselves as experts internally with our colleagues and whatnot. But sometimes our pride can get in the way, and we want to kind of, have that stature like, no, I know everything and stuff, but we actually don't know everything. And I think the amazing opportunity we have is that we're surrounded by very talented people. And between all of us, that one team, one goal mentality, we can achieve everything. But sometimes you don't know, and sometimes you do need to ask a question, and that's okay to just kind of put your pride aside and just be like, hey, I'm not exactly sure about this answer. Can you just kind of help me, or show me, or maybe we can figure it out together?
Yeah. I mean, I went to one yesterday that I personally never seen what was going on. Had to go out there for myself, and once I got out there, had not seen that situation before, but it was similar to a situation that I had. We were able to get it resolved, and it was a pretty cool moment. We were able to be curious while we were in the home, and got the answer from the homeowner shortly after I was there about why this problem happened.
Yeah, that's a great field example. Really cool to kind of see how it pans out too. Cool. Final question, Josh. I know we've talked a little bit in the past about you have a YouTube channel. Or you at least, work on your YouTube channel here and there when you have time. I have a YouTube channel. I completely get it. How long have you been, documenting the content, at least, for hunting and fishing? And what made you start the YouTube channel? Do you do it with other people?
Well, with the YouTube channel, it started as just wanting to be able to see where my arrow went, and kind of knowing shot placement, knowing what happened. Did that arrow hit a limb that I might not have been able, or maybe not seen?
Yeah.
But it started out just me. I've had some buddies that want to help me out and do some filming side of things, but it's hard with two people in the same tree or two people in the woods at the same time to be quiet. So I started doing a lot of it myself, and it's hard to self-film. A couple people that I watch, the Hunting Public, that's a really big podcast and hunting show that I watch on YouTube, and kind of got a lot of ideas from them. But it's been going. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. I don't have as much content as I would like to have, mainly because hunting's a little difficult. If you don't have an animal in front of you, what are you going to film?
Yeah.
So I do want to put a lot more fishing content up this year. Be fishing some tournaments here in the spring and early summer, and hope to get some content on there for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good pivot, at least, because I mean, to your point, if there's not an animal there, that's kind of the action and the payoff. You know, somebody's watching a video because they want to see, the final kill or whatever it is, and it's like if it doesn't happen, it's like bum bum bum.
Yeah.
At least fishing, you can be kind of more consistent with catching, and it's still in the same niche too. I'm assuming your audience that would watch a hunting video probably also fishes.
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
But I personally, I don't want it to just be another YouTube channel that somebody just watches. Like, I want it to be somewhat educational. So, like, I'm not only just filming the animal in front of me, I'm filming what I'm looking at, filming tracking an animal in, filming what I'm looking for when I'm out scouting for a spot to set up. Same thing with fishing. What baits am I using? Why am I fishing in this location?
Sure.
What am I looking at? So just, again, goes back to helping people and help people do what they want to do and do it successfully.
Yeah, I'm sure, you're utilizing different types of tools and techniques and, gear as well that, someone might not even know about that could help solve their problem too. And like, hey, I found this worked, try this out. So
yeah,
that's cool. Well, do you want to plug your YouTube channel? I mean, maybe some of the other people at the company want to check it out.
It's Wildlife Pursuit 7101 on YouTube.
Okay. There you go. We'll put the link in the description too, just for kind of easy access. So, and make sure you subscribe to Josh's channel and subscribe to 5 Stars channel too if you haven't, because like I said, we are in season 2 of Off the Clock podcast and knocking out an awesome first episode. So Josh, thank you so much. I know you probably have 100 text messages right now. But guys, thanks for watching. Really, really excited for 2026. And we have a lot of awesome guests lined up. And who knows, maybe a few surprises. We will see. Take care.